Okay, I look decent. Wow, this is my first video on here about cosplay, which is really wild. I thought, you know what, it's 11 p.m. Why not do some makeup? I do not have a phone stand, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna hold my phone and I'm gonna show you how I do masculine contouring. I somehow managed to get a setup. It's literally a selfie stick against my mirror. She an influencer. First thing. First thing. Get your hair out your face. Get out your face. Reveal the 5 head. This little piece of hair. I'm gonna use a super oversized clip for it. There we go. I have condensed everything into this bag because I did a cosplay shoot recently and I'm going to Fan Expo soon, so I thought I'll just keep it here. Everything in there. Okay, so I have everything out. This is gonna be kind of like a shitty one because again, it's 11 p.m. I'm not supposed to have makeup on my face at all. So I usually use this e.l.f. tone adjusting face primer. Can you even see that? This is what I usually use. You also use a busted ass beauty blender. So then I use Maybelline Fit Me in matte and poreless any day now. Any day now. So I actually use a brush first. This is just a digi brush from the dollar store. But I take my makeup, right? I kind of mix it around on my hand first. I don't know, kind of just creates a better palette on my hand, and I just spread that shit everywhere. And you can see I kind of applied it haphazardly because we're gonna blend it out. The beauty blender is where all the magic comes in. So that's the face. So next we go in with contour. I use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick in Call Me Maple. So I start with my cheekbones first, and I make them as square as humanly possible with this big ass stick. And and the hard part is trying to match it all up. That side looks way better than that side. But you know what, I'm gonna thicken it up anyways, cause life is hard. Cheekbones done. You're supposed to get the underside of your jawline as well, starting from behind the ear and then go along your jawline like that. I even do a little bit in the center to give myself a little bit of a butt chin. And then I put some at my temple and a little bit in my cupid's bow. Just the tiniest bit in my cupid's bow. I grab this brush, one of these like blending brushes, and I really just lather it up on there, to be quite honest. And then I go like that. You do it on the other side. And you try to make your nose as even as possible. You can add a little bit on the bottom there if you wanna. And that's the contour done. And I blend out the contour first. Try not to make it streaky, really buff it out, but also buff in the direction you want it to go. And with the eyes, just like blend the top bit into your eye. I don't know, it just looks better that way. That side looks terrible, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. That looks better. And then finally, under the jaw. And I kind of just like to stand back and look at all the shadowing. Okay, so snatch. Then I go in with my concealer. I use the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the lightest shade because I am pale. So a little bit down the middle, obviously. Highlight the forehead. And then here's the really interesting part. Kind of make like a half square right on your cheekbone there. And also down here as well to break up the contouring. A little bit around this little dimple there. And that is the highlights. That is the highlighting I'm gonna put on. Now, I kind of have to work quickly because this stuff does dry and then it's impossible to blend. But also, adding some like concealer here really cleans up that above and bottom contour line. And that's why I do it. I just follow like the generic, like male contour Google photo basically. So if you want like something more in depth, just Google male contour and it should be like one of the first images that comes up. Nose. Oh, look at that nose. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And I like to go in the direction of the lines with my beauty blender on this one. Kind of use this to sculpt. All right. Now that you've got your male contour, usually what I would do, I would powder my T-zone with the CoverGirl True Blend Minerals Loose Powder. That's the thing right there. I do my T-zone, so basically the spots that get really oily. So my forehead, down my nose, and down here. And then lastly, I use this setting spray by Makeup Forever Light Velvet Air Shine Control Refreshing Spray. So this spray is amazing because it holds your makeup in place, and if you're sweaty and oily like me, it will not budge. It will not budge in the slightest. In the slightest. It's like $40, but it is so worth it in my opinion. So, so, so worth it. So now we're looking like a hot dude. We are looking like a hot dude. And I would also usually do my eyebrows as well. I use the ColourPop brow gel. So you're gonna see me use that in a second. What I do basically, I just run it back and forth on my brow. Cause we want that shit like bushy. And the gel is great because you can like sculpt the hairs in place, which is really nice. So I can go up here and it will stay up there. And then I could just go ham on the rest of my eyebrow. And now, we kind of look like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. But yeah, this makeup I usually do with my Delsin cosplay, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So after you give yourself a mini facelift from the wig cap, grab my wig, which is right here. I keep it in the beanie because it just keeps everything safe. And you're about to see what it looks like. That's basically it. Hope you got something out of it. If you don't, that's cool. Now I'm gonna wash everything off my face because it is 11 p.m. Check out my socials in the description. And yeah, I'll hopefully upload more of my adventures.